So what we've got here in this woodland, it's quite a young woodland. It really wasn't here 40 years ago, and obviously it's on a very wet bit of land. So what you're seeing is the colonisation of the land by species such as willow, alder, elder, sloe, birch, hawthorn. These are all pioneer species. They all come into land like this and are the first trees to arrive on a site when some kind of opening clears, which is effectively what happened when this grass stopped being mowed 35, 40 years ago, as far as I can tell from the local residents. Now, when that happens, normally the process would be a little slower, but because of human habitation in an urban environment, you've got a much higher level of fertility, and that's made this woodland quite chaotic. And lots of things growing up really, really fast. Particularly, you've got bramble and nettle, which really like fertility, and then the invasive species such as Himalayan balsam, Japanese knotweed, all shooting up really fast, alongside the trees going faster than normal too. And then what that does is it creates a very, very dark canopy as all the lights compete for light, and all the trees compete for light, and they darken the roof of the forest, making it very, very dark underneath. When that happens, all the branches that can no longer get light, they die. And that process has been massively accelerated here by fertility mainly. Runoff from the river and so on has made this land very fertile. So you've got an extremely dense, dead understory to this woodland. You've got invasion of a very limited number of species, which are nowhere near as diverse as it would naturally be. And all this going on has created a woodland which is not really an appropriate habitat, because it doesn't replicate the sort of habitat that most birds are used to and most woodland animals. We're lucky, we've got no beavers. We've got badgers here, and we've seen a badger run over just near this site on the Cartland Road, and I've seen badger setts here. I haven't seen foxes, but I hear there might be foxes here, and I've seen jays and jackdaws and woodpeckers, so there are some good species about, and we're trying to look after those species by preserving their habitat and protecting their habitat, but also by increasing the range of the habitat that they have available. But effectively, in order to recreate something like a pre-human habitat, which these animals have evolved for, we need to nullify the effect of the accelerated growth. So by reducing the amount of dead down to a sensible level, we allow more light down to the forest floor. That allows more variation in plant species and diversity, and that should allow a more natural looking forest. It's unfortunate that we can't do much about the fertility level. In order to do that, we'd have to take more waste away from the forest and put it somewhere else. We can't do that right now. That's more of a long-term goal. But in the meantime, at least from what species are here, we can produce more of a range of living, standing dead, dying wood, more balanced mixes, a more balanced mix of bramble, nettle, and then things like, Herb Bennett and dog rose and those kinds of things. More balanced by reducing some of the ivy and stuff like that. And when you do that, you'll see more of the species that live on those plants come in as those plants become more available. And hopefully that will increase the access to the woodland for everything.
Thank you.